Shalom, this is GMS South Holland coming back to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Before I start off, I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai Baal Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect out there. They're spreading this word, this sincerity, and the truth all over the four corners of the earth. Gone real quick, man. This news article that you see in front of you right now, total madness, man. Total madness. And I think that's just what I'm gonna call this video, man. Total madness. Okay, I did a video about this let me see, the other week. Let me see which was going on in about what was going on in Europe. Okay, what they want to implement, which is this
Shalom.
video, top
This is
core
Tazaba
rules.
from
It's like a top core rules that EU countries must recognize transforming identities across the bloc. Okay. And now, another thing. Kamala Harris vows to imprison parents who refuse to transform their kids, which is total madness, man. Total madness. Okay. And it's backwards. Here it is. They're talking about, within these so-called laws, they talking about a child cannot make his own decisions. He needs parental, how you say that? Parental approval. Okay, let me go to that. Actually, what is parental approval? Parental approval is a positive rating of child's conduct and evaluative response to how he or she is performing, to how he or she is doing. Parental consent. Parental consent is simply a parent or guardian's explicit permission for a child to engage in one activity or another. As we have already said in the introduction of this article, parental consent is necessary because minors cannot take decisions that are legally binding in some cases. You see that? Parental consent. It's like, parental consent. Okay? Parental consent, man. A child is not able... A child is not able to make decisions on its own, man. That's why you have words like a guardian or, a parent. They have to make sure that the child doesn't do reckless things. For example, if a child wants to, get a tattoo, okay, which is permanently on the skin, just like a freaking, how can I put this in different words? A transition or transformation, of the genitals is permanent, man. That shit ain't no joke, man. That shit is permanent. How the hell you gonna make a child decide about that? When the child wants to get a tattoo, 12, 13, 14 years old, okay, the tattoo shop is gonna say, listen, man, you need parental consent. Parental consent, Slakia. Okay, so what does it say here? What age do you need parental consent? A young person aged 16 to 18 can give consent for themselves if they have the capacity to do so. Children under 16 may also give consent, but they must have the maturity to understand fully the nature of treatment, risk, benefits. Okay, so 16. So they're dropping it down to 16 here. Meanwhile, I know, man, if you go and get a tattoo being 16 years old over here in Holland, you ain't getting no freaking tattoo, man. Okay? You ain't getting it. The tattoo shop is gonna say, listen, man, you need show me your ID first, and you need consent of your parents. Because the tattoo shop don't want to get in no trouble, man. They don't want to have no parents knocking on the door and shit. You understand? So how crazy is this? So now, instead of, pushing parental consent, they are pushing this thing wherein children are basically the boss. Children decide what the hell they want, and if the parents don't agree with it, The parents are in trouble, man. Imprisonment of the parents. It says Kamala Harris has vowed to imprison parents and put their offspring into foster care if they refuse to transform their gender confused children when she becomes president. Transphobia is child abuse. Alex Roque, who runs the Ali Forney Center for Homeless Skittle Gang, ABC Gang Youth in New York City, declared on a U.S. Department of Health and Human Services webinar last fall. In less than 3 minutes, he cast a vision of completely transforming child protective systems nationwide, so they really want to push this in America. And guess what? America is that whore that sitteth upon the scarlet colored beast. So you already know that this folly, this abomination is going to be spread across the whole world, man. Family rejection, a rejection of a child's gender identity cannot be dismissed as a personal view. He argued non-affirmation must be treated as abuse. If they were denying them food or denying them access to school or denying them other things, there would be headlines. Rowe continued, there would be prosecution. But motherfucker, this is different than food, man. This is different than school. This is different than clothes, man. This is mutilation. Let's go into mutilation. What is mutilation? What is mutilation, man? Meaning. It says mutilation. The action of mutilating or being mutilated. The inflict of serious damage on something. So when has that ever been a good thing? To mutilate yourself. To inflict damage on yourself. You got these people that be cutting themselves. You got people that be harming themselves. What happens to those people? They are put in a nut house. They need they need to go to a psychiatrist or need to go into therapy or whatever, because mentally something is wrong. So what is this government pushing right now? If you don't consent with this transformation, you are abusing your child. So, let's say my child wants to eat candy every day. That's what he wants, right? But me as a parent, I know that's not good for him. So I make the decision to not allow that to happen. You ain't gonna eat candy for breakfast, dinner, and lunch. I'm not allowing that. Is that abuse too? Because the child wants something, but he ain't getting it. Is that abuse too? Or is that different? This child wants to undergo a certain procedure, which is not good for him. If he want to do it when he's old and he has the brain capacity to even, make certain decisions like that by himself, then okay. Still off, man. I'm gonna cut you off as a parent, man. You're not my child if that happens. And many people, even Edomites or heathens, feel the same way about that stuff, man. They will cut your ass off. A lot of them. But what is the government doing? What is this world doing? They are forcing it down your throat, man. They are forcing it down your throat, and you have to accept this, that, and the third. Whatever they have set up, whatever they have going on. You have to accept that. Which is folly, man. Y'all Bashim Yashai gonna destroy this place for this madness, man. So he said if they were denying them from food or denying them access to school or denying them other things, there would be headlines. Rowe continued, there would be prosecution. So he wants to implement that prosecution of the parents when they do not condone inhumane, because it's inhumane. You ain't supposed to cut nothing off. You ain't supposed to transition nothing. You are what you are. You man, I don't want to use too much words, but you know what I'm going to. You know what I mean, man. Okay, it says among G activists, the Biden-Harris administration has enlisted to shape its policies. Rogue's definition of abuse is not fringe, and his vision of reshaping the system is not hypocritical. While crafting its foster care rule finalized in April, HHS officials took inspiration from social workers in Cuyahoga County, Ohio, who spent years pioneering a program that strong arms parents into affirming whatever confused beliefs children express about their G. Parents who decline risk losing a voice in their child's life. So they finna take your child, man. If you do not condone with this madness, they finna take your child. Now, let me just cut to the chase, man. Isaiah 29, verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed of the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? So the Heavenly Father put the soul in the body, whether it's a man or a woman. And this government and these people and these nutcases, they want to say it's not right. The child is placed in a different body and whatever and whatnot. It's supposed to be this gender or that gender, which is madness, man. It's total madness. Now, Isaiah 10 says what? Let's go to Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Let's read it in the NLT. What sorrow awaits the unjust judges and those who issue unfair laws. Unfair laws, man. This is an unfair law, man. If a parent, with this parental intellectual brain capacity, that is matured, man. As a parent, most of the time, you are a mature person. Okay, your frontal lobe has developed into, has been fully developed, so you can make certain decisions, and you have, created your opinion, your character. You know what you stand for. You know what you're against. Okay, you know what is. You have your norms and values. Okay, then you bring a child into the world, and you still have your norms and values. Yeah, of course. It says when the rule was announced in 2023, September, it quickly faced resistance. Of course, man. This is total madness, man. Now, I ain't going to go too much into this article because, it has a lot of trigger words. But I'm just pointing out, man, where this society is going, okay, where we are going, with the video I made last week about the EU trying to force these things, okay, and now also America, let me see, changing of kind. It's also in the Apocrypha. Let's see if I can find it. Yep, this is it. Wisdom of Solomon 14, verse 26. Disquieting of good men. Let me start at. Let me start at verse 23. For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies, or made revelings or strange rites, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another, treacherously and or grieved him by adultery, so that there reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumultus, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls, changing of kind, disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanness. You see, so this is what happened back in the days. What's going on right now? What's going on in this modern day world? Okay, corruption, yes. Unfaithfulness, yes. Tumults, slakia, yes. Perjury, yes. Okay, the changing of kind, yes. Disorder in marriages, a woman has more authority than a man nowadays. Okay, when she decides to leave a man, there are no consequences. She faces no consequences whatsoever. Okay, this is freaking madness, man. You understand? Y'all Bashim Yahshai gonna visit the world for these things, man. Okay, that's what it says also in another scripture. Therefore, the Lord is going to visit this place. Okay, wickedness overfloweth, man. Okay, madness is overflowing, and it doesn't stop. So Yahweh Bashim Yahshai is gonna put a stop to it, man. Okay, don't you can be busy with voting for Trump, voting for Camilla, blah blah blah, this, that, and the third. Ain't nothing gonna change, man. It is what it is. Okay, voting it's just deciding what caliber of bullet you shoot yourself in the head with. So it don't matter if it's a 9mm or if a 50 cal goes through your head. With both bullets, you're dead. You understand? So the decision you're trying to make out here, you know, choosing for a better government or some shit like that, nothing going to stop it, man. The only government that is going to stop all this madness is Yahweh Bashim Yahshai coming back and establishing a righteous government upon this planet Earth. That's the only thing that's going to stop all this madness, man. So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Rakakadash, Shalom to the elect.